Let's quickly cross over to the CBD, where Siaya Senator James Orengo is currently addressing the NASA supporters who turned out for the addressing the media on the Anti IEBC demos here in Nairobi. Let's just listen in.
From the UK and other delegations. The same team of diplomats, I understand, were meeting with the president moments ago. One of the things they told us yesterday was that they had gotten assurances that the government will not interfere with peaceful demonstrations. That so long as demonstrations were being held peaceably and the demonstrators would be unarmed, the police, instead of interfering with those demonstrations, they would actually give security and safety passage to the demonstrators. Now, to our surprise, while these same diplomats were meeting with the President Uhuru Kenyatta, the police were brutalizing peaceful Kenyans who had turned up to demonstrate. In fact, yesterday we had given assurances to people in Nairobi that we're going to start from Uhuru Park. We are going to have a rally before we start our demonstrations into town, and that we had indications from the diplomats that there would be no interference. We had hired public address systems, quite sophisticated machinery to enable us to speak to our people. They were on the ground to try and mount those public address systems. But instead, when our team here of members of parliament and leaders of the coalition made an attempt together with our supporters not only to hold that rally at Uhuru Park, but to hold the demonstrations, the police, in their usual style, responded by brutality and tear gas. And I think some of those pictures are going to find themselves into the international media, as others have done. So first of all, I want to condemn the diplomats from the United States and from the United Kingdom and those others who are in that meeting for giving us assurances which didn't work. And on top of it, as we were being brutalized, they were having a cozy meeting with President Uhuru Kenyatta. And I want to tell those diplomats who have been there before, when diplomats ran away from us, they read from different scripts. They were reading from a different playbook like they did in Rwanda when the Rwandan people were being massacred. They didn't say anything until 1 million people were dead in Rwanda. We are going to go on in exercise of the sovereignty of the people of Kenya to continue to express our disagreement with the Electoral Commission in its decision to continue with the elections on the 26th of October 2017. And to that effect, since the right to demonstrate is a constitutional right and cannot be limited, we have given a notice of these demonstrations, in fact, through a legal firm. As we have done today, and as we'll do tomorrow, these demonstrations are going to continue until the cry of the Kenyan people are heard. I was very impressed last night to see Kofi Annan together with Ban Ki-moon, together with Mrs. Mandela, carrying out a peaceful demonstration in the streets of London, expressing their concern about what is happening in North Korea. I was also impressed by the fact that in China, in part of China, there were peaceful demonstrations in Hong Kong. In Russia, there were peaceful demonstrations. And just 2 days ago, President Uhuru expressed his amazement with the way demonstrations were going on in Barcelona. And to that effect, Kenya must be part of the international community that recognizes the right and freedom to demonstrate. Secondly, what we are saying about no elections is not something that is an idle talk. And as we speak, some Kenyans have gone to court today. Their matter is going to be heard tomorrow in the Supreme Court. We are going to an election when more than half of the country is opposed to these elections. Professor Kiapi said something that touched my heart. And he was saying something to the effect that the elections should not be about those who turn up, but it should be about 19 million Kenyans standing up for elections so that there can be peace in this country. So we are unabashed, we are committed, and we are going to continue until a proper election can be held in accordance with the decision of the Supreme Court and in accordance with the Constitution of Kenya. And we are not going to allow a situation where Kenya becomes a banana republic, where any election is considered to be an election. We are saying uchaguzi bora, si bora uchaguzi. The no election, no reform movement is going to continue until the cries of the majority of Kenyans is heard. And tell President Uhuru when we were working very hard for this constitution. And by the way, it didn't start yesterday. It started many years ago. Him and Ruto were comfortable, in whatever they were doing in those days, whereas there were Kenyans who sacrificed. Some of them died, some of them were imprisoned, including Raila Amolo Odinga, to enable us to have this constitution. And it is part of our duty to defend the values and principles contained in this constitution. Therefore, I will say that, kutokea leo, kama tumefanya hapo mbeleni, tutaendelea mbele na maandamano. Maandamano ni haki yetu, na maagizo ya katiba lazima zitekelezwe, kwa sababu Kenya tuliamua tuwe nchi ambao inaongozwa na mfumo wa siasa ya kidemokrasia, na ya kwamba kama kuna uchaguzi lazima iwe uchaguzi ambao inaambatana na katiba, ambao inaheshimu katiba, na hatutachoka. Na nataka tumuelezee Bwana Chebukati awe mtu mjasiri, kwa sababu tunasikia kwamba jana hawakuwa na mkutano nzuri na Uhuru Kenyatta, lakini lazima awe mtu ambao ana msimamo na mwelekeo, na kwamba ajitokeze nje na aseme mbele ya mahakama, kwa sababu tuna nafasi. Kuna kesi ambayo itaendelea kwa mahakama kuu kesho. Hiyo ni nafasi yeye kuelezea nchi nzima ya kwamba haya matayarisho ya uchaguzi na uchaguzi ambao pengine itatekelezwa kulingana na hayo matayarisho haiwezi kuwa uchaguzi ambao inaambatana na katiba ya Kenya. Awe na msimamo kama Rosalyn Akombe, na aseme ya kwamba lazima Kenya iwe na uchaguzi ambao wana Kenya watakuwa na nafasi mwafaka ya kuchagua kiongozi ambao anafaa kutawala Jamhuri ya Kenya. Na tunasema ya kwamba kuna utofauti ya kiongozi na yule pengine anajigamba kama rais. Idi Amin alikuwa rais, lakini kwa kweli hakuwa kiongozi. Mandela alikuwa katika korokoroni na pamoja kwa maabusu ya wale watu wa Afrika Kusini ambao walikuwa na makaburu. Umepatia neno halisi. Hawa makaburu hawakuwa viongozi, lakini Mandela aliweza, pamoja na kwamba alikuwa amewekwa korokoroni kuongoza nchi ya South Africa, ikawa nchi ya kidemokrasia. Sisi pia tunajua ya kwamba viongozi wetu Raila Amolo Odinga na Kalonzo Musyoka, Mudavadi na Wetangula watatuongoza mpaka wa Kenya wawe na nchi huru na serikali ambao ina heshima katika ulimwengu mzima. Kwa hayo basi pengine kuna maswali.
Kesho imetajwa kuwa siku kuu, watu wasiende kazini. Je, mtakuwa pia na maandamano?
Unajua Uhuru ndiye ametangaza. Maraga amesema kesho yuko kazini. Ukisoma yale maagizo ametoa leo, amesema koti ya Supreme Court itaendelea mbele na kazi. Sisi tutakuwa kwa kazi. Likizo ni Uhuru Kenyatta na Ruto, na sisi hata Alhamisi tutakuwa na kazi, na kazi yenyewe mtaona siku ya Alhamisi, na si kazi ya kuleta vurugu, ni kazi ya kusimamia haki na ukweli. Na unajua ukitaka kutimiza haki uweze kusema ya kwamba leo ni likizo. Kutenda haki ni kila siku, kila dakika na katika kila namna. Asante.
Call for the release of the arrested boys.
Are saying that maybe NASA should rethink their position in terms of the first presidential election in Pakistan.
You know, their position is very convoluted. We went through that statement with them yesterday. I don't think they know what they are saying. I don't think that the views they are expressing represent the views of their government. If you read the international media, like the New York Times is not an ordinary newspaper. You read the Daily Telegraph, not an ordinary newspaper. You read the Guardian, you read the Washington Post. All of them are saying that it is better for Kenyans to think about a better way of resolving our problem and not to have an election for the sake of elections. The Pope, despite what the Nation newspaper was saying, that he is praying for Kenyans. The Pope is always praying, even for those who have sinned. The Pope is always praying. And what the Nation should have been saying, the Pope is praying for Uhuru and Ruto for having sinned against Kenyans. But what the message was about, the papal message, was that there should be not just dialogue, but constructive dialogue, which means that you don't go into a meeting like the one where Chebukati was having with Uhuru Kenyatta. And it is amazing that a chairman of an independent commission can go to the office of a candidate and talk to him wearing the regalia of a campaign. He was not sitting there as President of the Republic of Kenya. He was showing to Chebukati that I am here, Uhuru Kenyatta, candidate for Jubilee. And Chebukati went there in the hope of meeting the President of the Republic of Kenya. Unfortunately, he didn't. And that's why I think Chebukati up to now has not spoken about that meeting, because I think he was taken aback. So, forget about the diplomats. We have been there before. They have taken positions before against the people of Kenya. And we are prepared, to fight for the sovereignty of Kenyans, not of foreigners who are protecting them.